Well, good afternoon, everybody. Alan Michaels here from the WCOBM studios, live here in Las Vegas. Wanted to take a couple of minutes. Want to thank everybody out there. We've just been looking at all the numbers, man, and we want to thank each and every one of you for logging on to the show each week, the downloads that you're doing here in the United States, also over in Europe, too, man. We want to thank everybody over there. What a great listening and viewing audience we're building. Just thank you all so much. Just a couple of quick updates for racing this weekend. If you're here in the Las Vegas area, they're running out at our bull ring this weekend, man. Going to have some great racing action out there on Friday and Saturday. Tickets are available. You can log on to lvms.com and do that. So make sure if you're into some racing this weekend, all kinds of things happening here in Las Vegas. We've got 3 football games. We've got racing going on and a lot of other stuff. Just wanted to give you a quick update, man. Since the racing season pretty much slimming down here, a lot of the southern tracks got some winter stuff. We'll keep up with that. But we decided to dedicate some weeks to some special shows here and, talking to some special people along the way. We've got some great shows lined up, one-on-ones with some of the people that are still with us, some that are not, but there's people that are going to be appearing on the show that are friends of theirs, crew members of theirs, team members, raced against them, whatever it might be. And we'll start off with motorcycles here. The late, great Sammy Tanner is going to be our special guest. Actually, Sammy will not, but friends of Sammy and Sammy's family will join us on that day. We're going to pay the honors to Sammy Tanner. Also to Rick Woods, man, one of the great speedway racers from California, raced all over the country and the world with his brother Gene. So we're going to do the life and times of Rick Woods, and we're looking forward to that. IndyCar, we're looking to speak to Angela Savage. Her father was the late, great Sweet Savage, who Sweet Savage raced motorcycles. He raced NASCAR and was tragically killed in Indianapolis. His daughter Angela has a brand new book out, so we're going to feature Angela and talk about her dad, the life and times of Sweet Savage. In NASCAR, man, 3 great shows lined up for you with NASCAR. The life and times of Dick Trickle, man. And of course, Chuck Trickle lives here in Las Vegas, and the Trickle family, well known all over, and one of the greatest short track racers of all times, Dick Trickle, man. We're going to do the life and times of Dick Trickle. Also for Davey Allison, man, a lot of fans out there. We did some feelers. Davey Allison, the life and times of Davey Allison. We're going to do that. Talk to people who worked with Davey Allison. I've recently became connected with Larry McReynolds, his former crew chief. So we're reaching out to them, and just the Wallace brothers, Kenny and Rusty Wallace, who worked and drove with Dick Trickle too, and drove with Davey. And finally, kicking it all off, man, we're gonna do a story with the 1990 Daytona 500 champion, Derrike Cope. And Derrike has been a good friend of this program. Derrike's got a brand new book out. It's called Cope. He's got a popular podcast. So next Wednesday at 5:15 Pacific time, 8:15, our special guest from Charlotte, North Carolina, will be the 1990 Daytona 500 champion, Derrike Cope. We'll talk the life and times of his racing, his new book, what's going on with Derrike now. That's going to kick it off. The special shows and motorcycles, Sammy Tanner and Rick Woods. In IndyCar, Sweet Savage. From NASCAR, Dick Trickle, Davey Allison, and our special guest, Derrike Cope, next week. Catch it right here at On Pit Road Racing every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast at the WCOBM. Log on to Facebook channels, the network, Twitter, all kinds of social media. You'll find it. Next week, Derrike Cope joins us. Diane will be back. We'll have all the racing news, headlines, and updates going on. And once again, our special guest, the 1990 Daytona 500 champion, Derrike Cope, next week, everybody. We'll see you right here on Pit Road Racing.